Welcome to another episode of Musky Man TV. I really wanted to make even a video series about how to get started musky fishing. I've had a lot of friends ask me, now that the YouTube channel's taken off, how to get started musky fishing. And I don't know a better way to do it than just to simply break down the gear I use and go from there. So, the first thing I would start with, I would get a good rod. Of course, you want to buy the best that you can afford. I don't know that you necessarily can go and break the bank to do that. So what I found is a good price point rod, and I'll link all that I talk about in the description below, so you can go and check it out for you. So what I got here is a St. Croix Mojo Musky. This rod will run you about $170. This is an 8-foot medium heavy action, 3/4 to 3 ounce. That's going to do most of your utility stuff, like a number 8 bucktail like this one, small top waters, smaller plastic baits. Any of those three will help you get started this fall. You can buy them online, and if you for you northern guys, you can check the Musky shop out, Ross's Sporting Goods. So there's a lot of good places that's got them. This 3/4 to 3 is what I started with, and I threw a lot of stuff probably that I wasn't supposed to. It's really the workhorse in my tackle. Again, it's a perfect rod to get started with, and I can't really say enough good things about it. There's other rods out there. If I didn't recommend this one, I would probably go with Esox Assault Stick. You can get them from 8 foot to 9.5 foot. I'll link those in the description below. They're a workhorse as well. They make telescoping models, same price point. With the St. Croix Mojo Muskies, there will be a fast action, and you've got a moderate fast action on some other rods. The difference of that is the faster that the rod responds to a cast. Like this one's going to respond really quick. That's why they call it a fast action. They got a moderate fast action that is in the assault sticks, and what that's going to do, that's going to load up and tend to have more bend in the top of the rod. But where that really comes into play is when you're fighting fish. Like if you're fighting a fish on top water, like you need something that's going to respond to the fish instead of responding by itself. So I told you about the rod. Now I want to move on to the reel. What I have here is a Shimano Calcutta. This might be my all-time favorite reel. This is the size 300. It pairs perfectly with the 3/4 to 3 ounce rods. I've paired it with 50 pounds Suffix 832 braid. I know a lot of guys think that's too light for musky, but honestly I've never had any problems with it breaking. Calcutta, you'll notice as I talk about the other reels, it's a what we call a round reel. Then they've got two really different models that dominate the musky world. You got a round reel and you got a low profile reel, and I'll talk about that in a little. So I've talked about the line, I've talked about the reel, the rod. Next I'm going to move on really to the business end, and what I've got here is a Trophy Time leader. This is a 130-pound fluorocarbon, and this is you'll need one of these for musky fishing. The reason that we use fluorocarbon is musky have a lot of sharp teeth, and so this fluorocarbon is really tough and it's really durable, and it can withstand the fish biting. So I talked earlier about what kind of baits you can throw on this. This is just a standard number 8 bucktail. This is really good. It's a smaller bait, less fatigue. And I plan on putting out another video about what lures are what and when to use them. But this is one that you can throw on the 3/4 to 3. I've got a few more here. This is a 6-inch glide bait. This is a Phantom Softail. I've got a Chaos Tackle Medusa. This is the mini size. All of these, and this is a handmade crankbait that I made. All of this it can be thrown easily on this rod. All right, so I talked about the smaller stuff, and you're like, Austin, I don't want to throw the smaller stuff. I want to move on to I'm going to catch some big fish. I really want a powerhouse, so to speak. What I've got here is a St. Croix 8.6 heavy power. Again, it's a fast action. It's a 2 to 6 ounce, so you're going to be able to throw bigger baits with this. And what I've done is I paired it with this is a Daiwa Lexa 400. I said earlier that you had a round reel and a low profile reel. This is the low profile reel. One of the benefits of the low profile reel is it's going to be less fatigue. It's going to fit more comfortably in your hands. I've paired it with I believe this is 65-pound line. I tend to go a little lighter on my line. The reason being, I want my lures to work a little deeper. You're going to fish a little deeper and you're going to catch more fish. So on my last rod and reel, I had a fluorocarbon leader. I said that was for teeth proof pretty much. What I have on here is another Trophy Time leader. This one is a solid steel, one piece, one strand leader. The reason that I use this is mainly for topwater, for jerk baits, and I'll show you some of those here in a minute. It's going to help the lure respond better to what you do with the rod tip. On topwater, you don't really have to move it a whole lot, but with jerk baits, you do. So the lure I would throw on that, I said this will handle anything from 2 to 6 ounces. This is a topwater bait. This is a Lee Lures flat tail. It's got this little blade back here that spits and sputters on top. This is a lot bigger bait than what I showed you before. You need the extra power on this rod. This, like I said, is a heavy power rod. It's going to handle the bigger stuff. Bigger top waters. I've got, this is a 8-inch ERC Hellhound. This is a jerk bait, so you're going to do a lot of rod tip action with that. I'll put out a video later about how to work those. And then you've got your 10-inch Poseidon. This is a big swim bait, really simple retrieve. Both of these, all three of these actually, are really good for fall fishing. Really, if I had to pick one lure for fall fishing for big fish, would be probably the 10-inch Poseidon, and they make a whole lot of different colors in that. So you're saying, Austin, I don't want to throw the bigger stuff. Maybe you're a lady that's getting into musky fishing and you want something that's more height appropriate, that's really a lighter weight musky rig, but you'll still get the job done. What I have here is another St. Croix Mojo Musky. This is actually a 7 foot 2 inches fast action, and this one is rated again 3/4 to 3 ounce. This, for me, this is what I use for my downsizer rod. This is a 200 Shimano Corrado 200. They actually don't make these anymore, this specific model, and I've outfitted this with 50-pound Power Pro Super Slick. It gets the job done, and it's really good for downsizing. Maybe one of the reasons you want to downsize would be pressure. Fish seem to respond better to smaller baits. Fishing pressure is high. As far as leaders go with this one, this is a titanium leader. It's a lot like the steel leader that I just showed you, but it's a lot more flexible. Like, you can tie it in a knot and it comes right straight back. Again, this is from Trophy Time Tackle. This is, bass guys would probably know what this is. This is a KVD 2.0. All I've done is beef up the split rings and the hooks. I catch a ton of muskie on this in the spring, and it absolutely drives them wild. Good bait. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Look for many more of these how-to musky videos come out. It's helped a lot. I know the guys I talk to just in passing about this stuff, it helps them. So I'm going to put out more stuff about this. If there's anything you want me to talk about, put it below. I'll see you guys later. And don't forget that we are so close to doing a Musky Shop gift card giveaway. It's 25 bucks. It'll get you a lure. It'll help you get out on the water for your first musky outing. See ya.